My name is Pauline Crawford Oms, and I am Miss Magical Conversations. What does that mean? It means that I'm extremely passionate about how people get together, how men and women talk to each other in today's world. Now, primarily, I'm interested in what happens in business because I think that is where we are often getting it really wrong. Women often complain about not being able to get to the top of business, that men are not supporting them or precluding them getting into the boardroom. Is that the case? Well, there are obviously some instances where that is really true. The old guard is looking at the way business has always been, and that's important for men. Men have been running that side of the world, the economic, the business world, for many centuries. And back in the day when Henry Ford created the production line and we were all employees, we went to work, we obeyed the rules, we got paid at the end of the day. And then the advent of the entrepreneur, and truly Henry Ford was an entrepreneur, but he created a system where we were not entrepreneurs. Now we have a world where almost everybody that I know is an entrepreneur. Now this is fantastic, and it is the growth of our socio-economic world. But there is still a limitation for women in the corporate world and often in the entrepreneurial world in terms of growing businesses, gaining funds, doing some of the things that are still exclusively a man's world. Now, some of you might not agree with me and you might not like what I'm saying. And you will find lots of instances where it does work, where men and women work together. But so often I go to conferences and it's an all-male panel, or there are a few women speakers. And we know there's a call for more women speakers. And there are many, many, many. And there are opportunities for us all. But there's still some blocks. There are still some gaps between men and women, especially in the very corporate world that has only known the male way. Now, I don't think it's men really wanting to stop women working with them or getting to the top. In my experience, wise men know that women bring an awful lot of amazingly different talents and attributes to the workplace. And we know from evidence that men and women working together is one of the very best ways to make sustainable growth and profit. So my role in all of this is to enable men and women to understand each other better so that we can have a conversation about how to change the way things have been, are, and will be in the future. So we want to have creative, collaborative environments that we know exist at some of the well-known entrepreneurial adventures in the world, with people like Sir Richard Branson, with Elon Musk, with Google, with Yahoo, with Facebook. There are young communities who are doing things differently. But still, do men and women understand each other even there? I wonder. What I've done is I've designed a new map. It's very simple, but it's very significant. It's like having a new GPS so that you know how to tackle difficult conversations and difficult communications, and to value the difference of who's around the table, because it's men and women equally around the table now. And this is only one diversity. When we look at generational differences, sexual orientations, at cultural differences, at racial differences, we need to understand who is around our table. So my goal is to enable wise leaders, men and women alike, to value the people both around the table and advancing to the table, to make sure that they use all the best talent that they have. It helps with staff retention, with talent management. It helps understand feminine leadership, dare I say gender intelligent leadership. And it also helps us to understand the sustainable growth that we need to satisfy all parties. And the consequences of getting this right mean that also we have better expectations of our life together, men and women alike. I've interviewed many men over the last year, and I know that many of them are confused. I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of women, and I know that women want to really manage the new playing field with ease and not with anger. Surely that's the best way. So I leave you with these thoughts, and I will come back to you with plans and ideas and strategies. So watch this space, MissMagicalConversations.com, Pauline Crawford Omps, and I will see you on the other side, as they say.